Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, those left of you in the ballpark on a Saturday night as we move in on first baseline. Yeah, that's what I look like with hair. It is 80s night at the ballpark. If you're watching this, we celebrated together. Well, almost, although I feel like you're underdressed. This is Kai Rempel. He closed the game. Fantastic pitching line or stat line for this evening. We'll have a chance to chat about that and check out some highlights. It's another home field win. That does not get old. Welcome to Beyond the Bases, our post-game show here at Gulls Field in Sylvan Lake, Alberta, Canada. While we're broadcasting to you live, or if you're watching this later on, we'd love to hear from you. Right in the comment sections right now, for example, where you're watching in from, maybe who your favorite Gull is, or if you've got one of the guys on the team. Kai, congratulations on a really nice pitching performance, but another home win here at Gulls Field.
Yeah, it's always great to win at home, you know, in front of the fans, all of them cheering. The atmosphere here is just a lot different from high school ball where I come from, and it's just something to admire.
Well, before we roll the highlights quickly, where are you from? Where do you play high school ball? And how is Sylvan Lake treating you thus far?
I'm from Calgary, Alberta. I play for Weber Wildcats, and Sylvan treat me great. I can't complain. Awesome billet parents. Everything's just been awesome here.
Well, and tonight was just a fun night. We'll bring in Jared Waldo from our game team, and he had a blast with fans. But Kai, we want to show you and us for the very first time a synopsis, a recap, if you will, of tonight's game. A little closer tonight, Kai, than obviously, I mean, we had a back-to-back 17s. There were a lot of runs scored over the last couple of nights, Thursday and Friday. Saturday's a much closer game. Your job was much more important as a closer here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, boys put up enough runs, you know, getting that one-run lead, and that's basically when I came in, that's what I was trying to hold it to. And then Coop, big double to get another add-on run just for a little more insurance, and just go out there, throw the fastball, and get out quick.
It's almost like we have our new favorite interview. Kai Rempel joining us as we look at the highlights from another decisive win, but although, 17s, as we mentioned, Thursday, Friday, this one's a 5-3 final for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. I thought the Prospects really came back, and they obviously had something to prove.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to give them credit. They put up good ABs, and, you know, especially early in the game, they caught a couple barrels, but I got to hand it to our defense there. They didn't let anything fall. You know, it was a very clean game by the Gulls, and honestly, that's probably the reason we won today.
Yeah, there's no long balls. They got close. Nothing that at least carried the fence. You seem to have, you had your stuff tonight. How was the control?
Control was good. Crowd got me into it, so I was just trying to rip that fastball as hard as I could, try and blow it by guys, and honestly, it worked out for the better.
Well, we thought you had a really great performance, and we know you've got local family and friends. We talked about Calgary. We actually have 7 strikeouts tonight. Congratulations. We can actually have a look at how you're throwing, how you're hurling. How did it feel tonight?
Oh, it felt good. You know, Gavin was calling great pitches behind the dish, you know, stealing me strikes, blocking up the ball. I got to hand it to him. That's a veteran catcher behind the dish, and he's a hell of a good one.
There you go. Number 6 and number 7, and some high fives. And who are you thanking up there?
I'm thanking God for giving me this opportunity to play baseball in front of all these fans, you know. Watched over me and, you know, gave me this life, and I'm very thankful for it.
I really appreciate that, Kai. Quickly, while we have a chance to visit with you here on Beyond the Bases, brought to you by the Market in Bentley. Tell us about family. How important have they been? You're 18 years old. You grew up in Calgary, so you're one of the few Canadians that play in the WCBL. Yep. But clearly, Sylvan Lake and even this weather is relatively normal to you as we kick off June.
Yeah, the rain didn't affect me. Once I came in the 9th inning, it was just another day in the ballpark. You know, I just go out, so what, you know. Go out, control what I can control, and Gulls win.
Gulls win. This is Kai Rempel. He has absolutely no idea other than history itself about the 1980s. But if you're just tuning in or catching us later on, it was 80s night at the ballpark. We had a great time, and we're going to check in with Jared Waldo, the game day host. Kai, thanks for joining us. I'll let you get back to running the bases, signing some autographs, and visiting with family. Appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you so much.
All right, there's Kai Rempel. He closed the game tonight, and he did really well. We have one left in our 4-in-4. and it's against our rivals, the Okotoks Dogs. It's a 2:05 start. If you're watching this show on Saturday or Sunday morning, there are still tickets available. If you're watching it later on, we hope we have good news to share with you against the Okotoks Dogs at 2:05. What a night at the ballpark. 80s night, which saw amazing costumes from our staff. This is a picture taken just before the doors open of staff in concessions and merchandising and promotions and marketing. There's our friend Jared Waldo up in the top middle in the pink. Jared had one of our fan favorite costumes tonight. Not one, but two. Two costumes, because he also dressed as Slimer, and it just so happened we had some fans dress up as Ghostbusters too. Let's come and visit with our friend Jared. Jared, you have a blast at the ballpark, but tonight seemed to be one of your favorites.
I love the theme nights, Joe. They're a lot of fun. The fans get into it. It adds a different element to the game night experience, and I can't get enough of it. We have so much great support, not just from Sylvan Lake, but from Central Alberta, from across Alberta, as you know, and beyond. And so these nights are a lot of fun. I really do enjoy them.
Behind us, fans can see if they've never been to Gulls Field. We have lots of viewers, as you know, Jared, that will never get a chance to come out here, but fans get to run the bases. I really like our theme nights, certainly dress up, great music and fun, but every single night, every family or friends or billet, they get a chance to run the bases or grab some autographs or even talk with their favorite Gulls players, and I love that part.
Yeah, the engagement part is really nice, and before I came over here, Ellery, our photographer, she got this amazing photo of this young girl who was just looking up at this Gulls player with a look on her eyes that I couldn't explain, like just enthralled. And I think sometimes that is what we're trying to do here. That is the game night experience that we're really trying to provide. The baseball is great. It is first and foremost. We love the wins, but when we get to bring the fans onto the field and get that experience, that is second to none.
We had a chance to visit with Kai Rempel. We always visit with players, and on this program, brought to you by the Market in Bentley, we also want to visit with people behind the scenes. People like Jared Waldo and Morgan, our amazing leadership team. We're going to have a chance to visit, hopefully, with billet families and even families from the States. Jared, as we wrap up here, I want to just remind fans, not all the theme nights, but there's some pretty cool events still to come as summer has just begun in Sylvan Lake.
Summer has just begun, and we're just getting started. We've got, speaking of theme nights, we've got Superhero Night coming up here in June, which is going to be a blast. I still don't know what I'm doing for that. That's going to be a lot of fun there. 4th of July, actually, we have a Stars and Stripes Night, which is a first for us. As you know, we have so many American players. We're going to be playing on the 4th of July. Great way to honor and recognize our American ball players. And then one of the greatest nights of the year is Sully's birthday party. Sully brings out all of his friends. We have a big celebration here at Gulls Field. It's one of the nights on the calendar that you have to circle and be here live and in person.
Jared, I have so much fun with you as a PA announcer here at Gulls Field, and you and Morgan and Sully and our amazing promo team, Jim and Kale upstairs in the broadcast booth. Amazing people behind the scenes. Thanks for bringing so much fun to the ballpark every night. You really do make a difference to our ball games.
As long as there's fans in the seats, I'll be here to do what I can to help them out.
There you go. Jared Waldo, the game night host here at Gulls Field, but it will be an afternoon host, the game day host on Sunday when we throw our first home pitch against the Okotoks Dogs. And if you're a Gulls fan for the last couple of years, you know just how much of a rivalry that has become. So it is an important game. Jared and his team will be ready to go, hopefully in Gulls wear and not necessarily costumes, as we face the Okotoks Dogs on a Sunday afternoon. For all of us at Gulls Field in Sylvan Lake, and on behalf of our sponsor, the Market, have a great night. Go Gulls, go.